Welcome to the Campervan channel, the YouTube channel for all things campervan. Now, the fourth generation of VW Transporter, the T4, was nothing short of a revolution when it was launched in 1990. A complete break from all those rear-engined classics, the T1, 2 and 3. But now the T4 is becoming a bit of a classic itself. What are they really like to live with?
This is my pride and joy. I absolutely love this machine. It's part of me. I've spent 10 years doing it up, and I tell you what, it's the best thing I've ever owned. It is a VW T4. It's a 1997, the original plates on it, PP Reg, so it must have, what that, 26 years now, is it, something like that? And it's a Syncro as well. It's a four-wheel drive one, which are like hen's teeth. It is four-wheel drive permanently. It's got a viscous coupling, so if your front wheels spin, it then grips all of the back wheels, and then they start gripping. You pull the lever in the middle, which connects the diff at the back of the diff lock, so no matter which traction that you're losing, you're getting grip on at least two wheels and you're pulling out of whatever you're in. I'm just so glad and so lucky to get hold of it.
It's a 2003 Volkswagen T4, got the 2.5 litre engine. It's my absolute pride and joy. I bought it off the chap. He shoved a bed in the back of it and carpeted it, and that was about it really. He absolutely loved it. And then I bought it off him, ripped everything out and started again from scratch. I bought it on about 140,000 miles and it's now done 240,000 miles.
When I first got this van, it was rough. It had been beaten, it had been a works van for an industrial cleaner. It had a big machine in the back of it for pressure washing, that leaked oil all over the inside and everything else. Had no windows in the side, no pop top, rotten everywhere, rusted, engine was shot, it overheated 3 times in an 8-mile journey home, but that wasn't an issue. I just knew it needed a new engine in it, and with it being four-wheel drive, I knew back then it was like hen's teeth, and he only wanted 350 quid, and I'm like, snapped his hand off, brilliant.
I went to go look at a couple and they're all sort of rotten and a bit too pricey, a bit out of my budget. Saw this one come up, I think I paid 3,200, so I was very, very happy with that. The journey back was awesome. I had a smile on my face from start to finish.
It stood for about 4 years outside my place. It had trees growing through its wheels and grass up in it. I had the council on my back about moving it because it looked an eyesore. Eventually I got hold of a unit and then put it in my unit, and then that's it, stripped it completely. All the rot out of it, put new panels in it, new sills, new running gear, all the prop shafts being sorted, all the front gearbox being everything's been done in it, all new bushes, the lot. And it's now my angel, love it.
If you're looking to buy one, main thing really is looking out for the rust. You can buy a van that's, you know, for £10,000 and it could be absolutely covered with rot and rust underneath that's just been covered over with a bit of body filler or under seal or something, so you have got to be really careful. Then again, you can get a lot of cheap vans that are absolutely solid underneath, they just need a little bit of paintwork and a bit of bodywork. This one's not particularly pretty to look at because it has got rust on the arches and stuff that I've kind of sprayed over. But yeah, I've got absolutely no intention of selling this van anytime soon.
If you're going to buy one, take somebody with you to give it a good thorough check over and check over everything. You know, check the oil, the water underneath, all the bearings, and give the wheels a check, because the big vans, the big heavy vans, bearings go, things like that go, and it, you know, it's all mendable, it's all doable, and if you haven't got the know-how to do it, there's that many people doing that now that the repair bills are coming down. You can pick a decent one up for these for £4 grand, you know, and then make it your own. Don't get me wrong, it's not cheap making it your own. It's down to your own limit, but it's, you know, the scope for the fours, there's far more materials that you can buy for them than the 2s, 1s and 3s.
There's so many different options. You can get these as a panel van, they also do a multi-van. They've got windows front to rear, whereas if you get just a panel van, it'll have windows in the back, or you can get like a solid tailgate or solid barn doors. Caravelle, high top. There's so many options and so many different things that you can do with them. This is actually a short nose model, whereas, you know, they did do a facelift version which is called a long nose. The long noses were built to fit the VR6 engine in as well. From the front back, you know, there's not really a great deal of difference. You can get sort of quite a lot of optional extras on these. Airbags, which I think was actually an additional extra. Electric windows, aircon, front and rear. You can get cruise control as well from factory, I think. But yeah, after that you can go just for like a completely basic standard. But this has got windy windows and everything. It's just old school. There is quite a lot of variation with the engines, and it's kind of a personal preference, sort of what you're going to be using it for. The 2.5 is definitely the best sort of all-round engine. And there's also two options for the gearboxes on these as well, depending on which engine you go for. So if you go for the AJT, which is the 88 brake horsepower, they're enough just sort of get you off the mark. And you can go for the 102 engine, which is 102 brake horsepower. They're a bit more powerful. We've got an intercooler on the top as well. They're better really for long journeys, like long motorway journeys. Then obviously you've got the other variations, the 2.4D, which is just a diesel engine, it's not turboed. They're a little bit sluggish, but you can make them and sort of tune them a little bit quicker. And then down from that you've got the 1.9D and then the 1.9TD as well, which again you can do quite a lot with. You can still sort of tinker around with, but they're not, you know, they're not rocket ships. They don't really go too fast. You probably get about 100, maybe 120 brake horsepower out of the 1.9s.
People often do change the engine of these because they're 30-year-old vans now and not being looked after, not had regular oil changes and stuff. So if you buy a Golf, you know, a full car, a Golf can be 400 quid with a 1.9 turbo engine in it, and that'll just drop straight in with a little bit of tinkering if you've got a bit of know-how or know somebody who knows how. And that's just a straight off, more power, more fuel economy, and it just runs a nicer van. That's now a 2.5 5-cylinder. It's actually out of a Volvo car. Is this? The Volvo engines they've got bigger turbos, bigger injectors, they've just got more power. I didn't want a 2.4 non-turbo in it on a Syncro. It needs the power to get through stuff, and it has now, and I'm just buzzing about it.
These vans are probably some of the best vans. Materials were a lot better, and they were quite generous with the thickness of the materials, and obviously building just good vans, because that's what they want. They wanted to build them to last.
When you go underneath these vans to start with, they're absolutely coked underneath with underseal, and I mean it's thick, but that does crack and fade in time. All I've done is wax oiled underneath. Problems really mainly are the arches, the inner arches, and the runner of the door. That can get a lot of water in it, and that causes problems sliding and opening your door. That's definitely the worst two places.
I've actually found a lot of garages turn these vans away because they're considered to be an older vehicle, and they don't really want to go near them because they think, oh, they're just rusty and stuff's going to snap, and you know, they're just going to be a headache to look after and get back on the road. But in all honesty, they're not. They're really basic. A lot of the stuff, you know, people do on the driveways. Parts are still available for them, mostly. It's really sort of nice, easy, simple stuff. Everything's pretty accessible. Cam belt servicing is definitely crucial when it comes to these vans. That's just replacing them every 4 years on the 2.5s, or I think it's every 60,000 mile. So it doesn't matter if the van's been sat on a driveway or it's been driven that 60,000 mile. If it's been on 4 years, it needs to come off to be replaced. For a good cam belt service, you're probably looking at around about £400, £500, depending, again, where you go to.
If you're not capable or haven't got the know-how, there's loads of people that specialise in T4s now. If you've got a problem, you could go on Facebook and somebody will help you within 20 minutes.
They're kind of in between that classic and modern mark and get aircon and electric windows and stuff, or you can go for a basic model. It depends really on exactly what you're after. All I can say is go out and buy one and just experience it for yourself, because they're just such an amazing van.
It's been an absolute experience bringing that to where it is now. I wouldn't be without that thing at all. I mean, loads of people have offered me money for it. There's no way on earth I would sell that at all. This is my life. This is what I live for. This is my week. I have a busy life working, I'm self-employed and I absolutely adore my work, but I absolutely adore getting away on a weekend as well when I can. It's great. It's so versatile, they're brilliant.